Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Father.
Well, my dear brothers and sisters, it's always good to pray. Always good to pray. Last night, Deacon called me and said, Father, I won't be at any of the matches and I won't be able to give the homily. Hey, it's always good to pray. Because we got this. Yeah. We got this. Oh, now I've got plenty of time to prepare for that. But my dear brothers and sisters, it's a good reminder of the unexpected and how do we react to the unexpected. When you look at the first reading today, from the book of Genesis, the Lord appeared to Abram, and looking up, Abraham saw three men standing nearby. The Lord appeared as three men. Amazing how in Genesis already the revelation of the Holy Trinity. Three individuals appearing as men. Abraham recognized immediately that he was in the presence of God. Immediately. Why? Because he knew how to pray. And in the second reading, St. Paul, I rejoice in my suffering. What? How many of you rejoice in your suffering? I rejoice in my suffering. Why? Because Paul knew how to pray. And he understood that if the Lord is giving me this suffering, it is for his glory. It's for his will be done. It's to show the power of God in this world that is always looking for comfort. I believe because I'm comfortable. I don't believe because I'm not. But here, St. Paul says, it is Christ in you. That's the secret. I've got to have Christ in my life. I need to be next to Christ always. And what does that mean? What's the best place to be in your life? With Christ. Crucified? With Christ. The resurrection? With Christ. In the heyday? With Christ. Wherever Christ is, that's where I want to be. And that's okay. I'm with the Lord. It is Christ in you, the hope for glory. It is he whom we proclaim. And then, of course, in today's gospel, Jesus came over to the house of Martha and Mary. And of course, we've heard this over and over again. You know? Serving, everybody's got to serve. And praying, everybody's got to pray. It's not one or the other, it's both. But to know when to do both. Okay, let's go back to the first reading. With Abraham, recognizing God. Or recognizing you know when someone reflects. So let's start off with reflect and meditate. Just reflect, taking time to reflect every day on your life. So I used to have a doctor at UT, so I have my doctor at UT Southwestern. And I realized something immediately. I'll give you the scenario. Let me see how far back I am. Basically, it was right before I had to have my hernia surgery. So if you remember a couple years back, I had hernia surgery. And so I go there. I was in Mexico for a wedding. And of course, as soon as I lifted up my luggage at the airport, I knew I was in trouble in Mexico. As soon as that wedding was over, I got on the next plane, went back to Dallas. I went to my doctor, and while I was in Mexico, the doctor gave me some antibiotics. And so I went over to my doctor, and I said, Doctor, I've got a pain here, and the doctor gave me antibiotics. Oh, no, antibiotics. You don't need none. Oh. days. Okay, you sure? Well, take it for the whole time. It's then I realized I needed it done. Can you imagine going from no antibiotics to take the full course in less than 2 minutes? This is someone who doesn't know how to keep their mouth quiet, reflect, meditate, think, and then talk. Okay. Reflecting is a good thing. You don't always have to give an answer immediately. Everybody always wants you to give an answer immediately. Your children, Mommy, can I go to, Daddy, can I go, right? Honey, do you love me? Honey, right? Whatever it is. People always want you to give an answer immediately. Discipline yourself and reflect before. Because really, what someone is asking you is for the best explanation or the best thing that come out of your mouth. Not the first thing that comes out of your mouth, but the best thing that comes out of your mouth. To be able to recognize how important reflecting is in your life, it is not a waste of time. And my dear brothers and sisters, we don't reflect enough because we're in such a hurry. And there's always something that has to get done. This is the lesson with Martha and Mary. Take your time when you have the opportunity to be in the presence of the Lord. Don't ever feel guilty to pray. Don't ever feel guilty to take time and to regroup with the Lord. It is never a waste of your time. You will be a better person for it. In fact, what you do will be in the service of God. And what better way to live your life than to serve the Lord, always. I will tell you, last year, at around the same time, I was planning a trip to New York City. Some friends had invited me to go to the Big Apple to go see Hamilton, right? So last year, back in June, if you remember, the weather was horrible. Now, I had done everything in advance, reserved everything. I had gotten my hotel through Expedia. I will never use Expedia ever again, okay? Never. And I told them that I'm a priest and I will tell my congregation all about you, okay? And you know, they gave me 50% back, okay? But that was it. Then my tickets for Hamilton, if I had, you know, the young people know, Father, you could have resold those. You could probably have made it for, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Because I called, you know, StubHub or whatever, and I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to, because the weather was so bad, they canceled the flight. And I said, are there any flights that are not canceled? And they said, well, you can go to Cleveland, Ohio. I said, well, okay, I'll go to Cleveland. And then from Cleveland, maybe I can get to New York City. So I said, book it. Great, we got it. And then they canceled that flight. So I was stuck here for 2 days. And of course, I lost everything. I lost it all. I lost my reservation. I lost my Hamilton. I didn't know that I could resell it. I didn't know any of those things. Thank God. Thank God. Because then my father ended up in the hospital. And then my father passed away a few days later. And I was able to go, instead of New York City, to go see my father. I rejoice in his suffering because I believe in the Lord. I believe that everything will bring me closer to him. And my dear brothers and sisters, we have to take time to pray. And today's readings are all about being able to serve the Lord in the right way. And the only way that you know how to serve the Lord
is if you pray to the Lord. Praying is different from reflecting. Because when you pray, what you are doing is you are aligning yourself with Christ so that what you offer is Jesus Christ, not yourself. Not yourself. And my dear brothers and sisters, think about it. Is it me that you really want to invite over to your house? Or is it the person of Christ that you want to invite over to your house? Are you really looking to talk to me? Or are you really looking to talk with someone who represents Jesus? Your children, your siblings, your spouse, your parents, all of them, every time they see you, they're really looking to see Christ in you. And so that is what prayer does. It allows us to bring Christ to life, to bring Christ into this world. Amen?